Chapter 5 Dolls Can't Move by Themselves. "This is my room," Amy announced. She led Ellen into the large corner bedroom Aunt Claire had prepared for her. The fragrance of lemon oil and the breeze blowing in from fields almost hid the musty smell of the dark red carpet. "My aunt had to throw away the quilt that was on the bed," Amy said. "It was full of moths." She swung open the door of a gigantic wardrobe in one corner. "How's this for a crazy closet? I love it." Ellen went to the window and looked out. "It's really funny not seeing neighbors," she said. "I've never been in a country house before." Amy joined her just as Aunt Claire came out the back door with a garbage bag and crossed the yard. The cover of the can next to the garbage was tight, and they watched her struggle with it for a moment. "The covers have to fit well because of the raccoons," Amy said, repeating a detail Aunt Claire had mentioned during lunch. "They come almost every night and try to get at the garbage." Ellen shivered and rolled her eyes. "Now, the attic," Amy said. "I've been saving the best for last. Wait till you see what's up there. Guess." "Bats and spiders?" Ellen said. "Why don't you just tell me about it?" But she followed willingly enough as Amy led the way back down the hall and switched on the attic light. The stairs creaked as they climbed them side by side. At the top, Ellen stopped and looked around at the clutter stacked in front of dusty, gabbled windows. "This could be the set of a spooky movie," she commented, but Amy hardly heard her. She ran across the attic, pulling her friend behind her. "Look," she pointed at the dollhouse in the corner. "What do you think of that?" Ellen was as stunned as Amy had been the evening before. "Oh, Amy," she breathed. "Look at the tiny railings on the porch and the curtains and the little curvy pieces above the windows. It's perfect." "It's this house," Amy said. "Watch." She ran her fingers down the side until she found the snap that held the facade in place. There was a small click, and the treasures inside were revealed. "Wow!" Ellen didn't know what to look at first. She pointed at the little organ in the front parlor and then at the wardrobe in the corner bedroom. "And the dining room chair," she exclaimed. "Each one has its own needlepoint covering." Amy used a fingernail to open the sideboard in the dining room, and both girls gasped at the sight of tiny dishes and silver serving pieces stacked on the shelves inside. "Look at the teapot! Sugar tongs! Amy, I can't believe these salt and pepper shakers. They're so tiny. They look like they might disappear." For a half hour, the girls crouched in front of the house. Finally, Ellen leaned back with a sigh. "Your aunt must have been crazy about this," she said. I wonder if there were any dolls with the house when she got it. That's the only thing that's missing." Amy looked around. On the floor beside the house was a small wooden box with a landscape painted on it. She lifted the lid. Inside, lying in a row, were 4 dolls, the tallest about 6 inches high. The man wore a black suit. He had a white mustache and tiny rimless spectacles rode on his nose. The woman was in blue silk, her gray hair drawn up on top of her head in a bun. The other 2 dolls were a young girl with long brown hair, wearing a dress of palest pink, and a tiny boy in a blue sailor suit. "Here they are," Amy said. "This must be Grandma and Grandpa Chalor, and here's Aunt Claire when she was 15. She picked up the boy doll. "And this is my father," she said. "Look, Ellen, the arms and the legs are jointed, and the hair is real. Did you ever see such perfect dolls?" "Never," Ellen sighed. "The Aunt Claire doll looks kind of like you, Amy." She and Amy picked up the dolls one by one and put them on the dining room chairs, bending the delicate limbs so that the figures sat primly at the table. Then they took tiny dishes from the sideboard and set a place in front of each doll. They were concentrating so hard that they didn't hear Aunt Claire come up behind them. "The girl doll should be up in her bedroom," she said. Amy's hand jerked, knocking the grandfather off the chair. She was usually sent to her room for impertinence about halfway through dinner. as I remember.